Hi everybody, welcome to Mom's Zen Room. It's good to see you guys again. It's been a couple weeks since I posted a video. I would really like to do it once a week and I'm getting there. So I thank you for being patient with me, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. I decided today would be a good day to talk about change. We kind of talked about New Year's resolutions, not exactly New Year's resolutions, but planning for the future, doing some positive mindset work to kind of shift our thinking in a real positive way. And that is fantastic. And I spent the first week of the year doing a lot of that. And then I had kind of a big change in someone very close to me in their life that affected me in kind of a profound way. And it took my excitement away a little bit for all these goals that I had for the year. And that was a change. It was a change in this person's life that I felt as someone who, is close to this person. I felt this loss, and I had to kind of find my way through that. And it made me really think that the way we approach change can really set us on the right track. If we have a good balanced approach to change, we can, I think, more quickly and more resiliently get through some of the changes that life tends to throw at us. And don't get me wrong, some of the changes that we go through every day are fantastic. They're changes that make life better, make life easier. They're challenges that benefit us in our career or family, or however the change affects us. But if it's a hard change or a good change, either way, it is change. And we tend to be afraid of change or super excited about change. And a lot of times we're at one of those ends of the spectrum. And that fear of change will often keep us from moving forward and doing something about our situation. Even though we know we need to, that fear of the unknown can hold us back. And on this end, if we're super excited for this change, this excitement, this positivity, this maybe over expectation of what the change will bring can sometimes make us run into change before we're really prepared. So I would like to challenge you to take those two ends of the change spectrum and kind of narrow it down and find this middle ground where, yeah, it's very good to have a healthy respect for and a healthy fear of what could happen when a change occurs that maybe has that's hard. A hard change can produce hard consequences. So it's good to have a healthy respect for that. And on the other side, when we're really excited about and anticipating a change, it's good to remind ourselves that, okay, this is going to be a great change, but if I plan for it, if I, make sure I've done everything I need to do, I'm going to enjoy this change, and I will have everything in order to kind of work my way through it. So that's my challenge today, is that we become more, it becomes more of a natural instinct for us to either see a change that is approaching that we're planning for, or a change that just pops up and hits us in the face. And those can also be incredibly good, and they can be incredibly tragic. So I'm hoping that if you start looking at change as not all bad and not all good, but this beautiful mix of both. You know, change is no change is going to be all good or all bad. I guarantee that. There will be some, there's always pros and cons, right? To everything, you can always make your pros and cons list. So if we look at change as an opportunity for growth, that might make it less scary. And if we also look at change as doing something difficult that will have an incredibly beneficial effect, then we can plan for that excitement. So, and when we get in the habit of doing that, of approaching changes that are more in our control or that we are planning for, and do that in a balanced way, keep a good attitude about difficult changes and a calm attitude about exciting changes, we're kind of training ourselves to react in a less extreme way when changes just pop up, because they do. As we all know, we can have the best plan for the day, the week, the month, the year, the family vacation, the marriage, the child rearing. You know, we can have the best plan for anything, and a change can pull the rug out from underneath us just with the snap of a finger. And if we're experienced and practiced in dealing with change with an open mind and a balanced outlook, we're going to more easily capture that feeling when the surprise changes come up, because it's important to continue on, even changes that are tragic, that end a relationship, that change the course of your life in a very fast, sudden, and potentially traumatic way. We can still look at that and know that this might be the hardest thing I will ever go through, but I am going to go through it. I'm going to feel what I need to feel. I'm going to learn what I need to learn. And I am going to discover more about myself and those around me, and discover more about life, who I really am, what I really want out of life. It's such a beautiful, bittersweet thing, difficult changes, because they show us so much about ourselves and so much about other people. And it's such a learning experience, such a growth that can happen. And it's amazing to get through a hard change and to feel empowered, or to feel better than you were when you started. And I encourage you to, if you're looking at a tough change, or if one just hits you in the face, to first of all feel anything you need to feel. If you need to feel scared, if you need to feel sad, if you need to feel angry, feel all those things, and really let yourself think about it, experience the feeling, and if you can, let it go. If it's some changes take a long time to get through those feelings, so I encourage you to do that in stages. You know, we're only built for so much emotion all at once. When we experience the death of a loved one, for instance, we have this initial grieving process that is can be overwhelming, and it can seem all consuming. And once we start kind of getting out of that grief and see the sunshine and the cloud lifts, we can maybe expect that that's how it's going to be from now on. And then we might find that the grief comes back again, because we can only handle so much of those heavy emotions at once. We're only so capable of, there is an extent to what our psyche can take of emotional stress. So we deal with what we can, we get a little reprieve, and then if we need to deal with more, we do. But I really want to recommend that as you plan for changes and give yourself this balanced outlook on the change that you have approaching, that you make that conscious decision that, I'm doing this not just for this change, but I'm doing this to build a habit that when really great things happen just out of the blue, I don't lose myself. I stay grounded. I can enjoy this wonderful moment, but I'm still going to stay grounded. And at the same time, you can be confident that when really hard trying changes happen, that you're going to be sad, you're going to be devastated, but you can still be grounded in knowing that you know how to make it through a change. You know that it does ease with time. And if you look at this change as it kind of, everything that we go through becomes a part of us, right? We experience all these things, and it becomes part of our story. And even the things that we don't want to experience, and unfortunately they happen at different times throughout our lives, and no one is immune to them. But I'm really hoping that if you really pay attention to how you're looking at your life and the changes that you want to make, the changes that you have to make, and the changes that surprise you, that maybe you have no control over, that you feel like are even being made for you, that you still have control how you react to them. You are the owner of yourself, of your emotions, your feelings, your persona, who you are, what makes you you. And I encourage you to just really have this mindset of balance, of there will be some tough times with the good times, but there will also be some good times with the tough times, and go into new situations, new challenges, and changes that are maybe scary with that little bit of excitement but you know what? I might really learn something from this. I might get a lot more out of this than I am thinking that I will. And have that positive mindset that for whatever reason, this is happening to me and it seems really hard right now, but I know, I can be confident that I'm going to get through it. I'm going to be a better person for it, and maybe I'm going to learn how to help somebody else through a difficult change like this. So that's my little talk about changes, and how we can really set ourselves up for a much more wholesome experience with change. We don't have to be afraid. We don't have to just be afraid. we can have this beautiful balance of healthy fear and healthy excitement as we go forward on our day-to-day journey, with the changes that we plan for and the changes that just show up. And I am hoping that you got something out of my rambling today. I'm not gonna lie, this was like the 5th time I recorded this because nothing was working for me. Nothing was coming out right. So I hope this is helpful and beneficial and leaves you feeling like you got this. You can do the hard thing that needs to be done, and you're gonna be okay. And you can plan out your day tomorrow, and something might stick a wrench in it or pull the rug out from underneath you, and you are going to be okay. You're going to get back up, and you're going to dust yourself off, and you're going to pat yourself on the back, and you're going to give yourself a hug, and you're going to forgive whoever needs to be forgiven, even if it's yourself. And you're going to move on with a beautiful love in your heart and a light shining from you. And you are going to make tomorrow the best tomorrow that you can make it. So I wish you a night of wonderful discovery, of happiness, of relaxation, and a new day tomorrow that is a new creation, just waiting for you to discover something about yourself, put your mark on the world, and let your light shine. So I'm feeling a little emotional today. So I'm not crying. Am I crying? I'm not crying. You're crying. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. Have a great day, a great week, and I will try to be back again very soon, within a week. Okay, bye guys. Thank you.